Sparking Zero dropped patch notes after they said they wouldn't. In all honesty, these patch notes bring some pretty interesting changes to the battle mechanics, to some of the stats, some of the characters, and just overall ease of access. So let me know what you think about the patch notes down below. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. I appreciate all you guys' support. You guys are awesome. Enjoy the video. One change that I don't quite understand as much, let me know down below in the comments if you can help me out with this. The technique that Super Saiyan 4 Goku has, it's a move called All I Need Is 5 Seconds. It basically increases his Ki Blast attack power, his melee attack power, and his blast attack power. So the patches that the skill count consumed has been increased from 3 to 2. That's a decrease though, right? Maybe a typo, unless I'm reading it wrong. And status increase upon activation has been increased. So basically it's basically a buff. Here's one that you didn't know was actually gonna happen. Cell second form has an untechable throw, but not anymore. Because he has regeneration, he's not like the other power characters. But yep, you can now escape Cell's second form throw, so no more regeneration cheese unless he actually hits you with that rush attack. Good patch, good patch. Okay, Cooler seemed to got an interesting buff too. Amount of health restored upon transforming has been increased. The rise of Cooler? Grade 8 Vegeta and Dr. Weirlo maximum health has been reduced. But not only that, that is not the only nerf that Giants got. It doesn't stop there. The tackle done by Giant characters during Z-Burst Dash are now guardable. You can't cheese me with unblockables, unless you're in Sparking. But then again, even Sparking's got nerfed. Because look, skills that cause instant Sparking mode, skill count consumed has been increased. You will not be doing instant Sparking as much as you were before. Now, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna see it still. You're not gonna see it nearly as much. Also, we have a change to our skill counts as well when it comes to revenge counter. Your skill count consumed when using perception against revenge counter has been reduced from 2 to 1. So now I get a get out of jail free card. It's basically a combo breaker. I get a combo breaker for 1 skill count now. I think that's gonna make the fights a lot more like quick and snappy, moment to moment, you know, a lot more interactions going on. So in the effort to combat timeouts and people trying to stall for time, health recovery rate of standby characters has been reduced. So like you having 5 characters in a DP battle, you have Raccoon. If I take off a health bar or 2, he's not gonna, you know, come back with 3 or, you know, some change, you know. So good changes. Let's see. The input window has now been shortened. Z counter will become more difficult to perform if performed consecutively. That's good. So the further these back and forth interactions go, the more you're gonna be battle tested. I like that. Key consumed has been increased when successfully performing a Z counter. Interesting. So it's like they're promoting the use of it, but at the same time making it more difficult. Good change. Skill count increase speed has been reduced when successfully performing a Z counter. Okay, so when people are performing Z counters, they're not just racking up skill points. I guess that's a good change. I want to see how it's gonna play though with the key consume, because if you're getting more key, it could just lead to more vanish wars, unless that's what the Z counter is technically called. Z search will no longer lose track of your opponent when characters are swapped. You will now regain sight of your opponent if they enter your sight line in front when the Z search is not locked onto them. That's good. I've had way too many situations where Goku would use instant transmission and I'll turn right around and look at him, and my character just would not focus on him. So that's a good change in my opinion. Blast. Damage has been increased when using a boost. Okay, because I honestly thought that the damage boost wasn't warranted for that type of... I mean, it was a little extra damage, so, you know, if you wanted to finish a fight, you really just boost just to make sure, but it didn't really feel that much of a change. Hopefully it feels like a big change now. Z-Burst Dash. The amount of key consumed when activating has been increased. So now there's more of a punishment when you're just rushing in, because a lot of times, sometimes people's internet connections weren't really the best. You know, nobody's connection is perfect, but you'll get into these situations where the input delay is too much to where you can't react to somebody just Z-Burst dashing behind you and just getting a free combo. So interesting way to combat it. I'm cool with it. Can't wait to see how it's played. Gradual damage reduction of consecutive hits has been increased for Sparking mode attacks. Now, characters like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, all the super strong characters that just walk you down and sparking. No longer. There's things to combat the game. I like that. I like that. Now here's one I know a lot of people are probably really excited for. After image strike, effect duration has been reduced to 10 seconds and will be removed if your opponent uses perception while under the effect. So if a character like Kid Gohan has after image strike in the latter 30 seconds of the match and it's really close, but he has like a health lead on you, but he wants to like, chip you out and, kind of win with time. I think a more serious offender of this would probably be like Vegeta or Roshi or something like that, Infidel. I guess anybody who really has it. A lot of the meta developed around where if a person is using after image strike, we would simply barrage you with Ki Blast until the after image was done. That was just the only way we'd be able to fight you. There were things like you could like perfect perception, something like, really hit the timing right. You can get a good hit from that. Regardless, it was a very limited tool set you had when a character was in after image strike. So now to combat that play style of, oh, let me use after image strike just to get free away from my opponent unless he wants to Ki Blast me, I could just use perception when he tries to attack me. And so now your after image strike no longer matters because you just wasted three skill stocks. I think that's what it costs, something like that. So I think that's a good change in my opinion. I know a lot of people will be satisfied with that as well. Long range blast and ultimate blast speed has been reduced. There have been times where a Kamehameha, I was struck to the face with a Kamehameha just because I literally couldn't react to it. But I don't really know if that was a big problem. But hey, we'll see how changes go, see how people react to it. Now, here's one that probably bothered people a lot too. Android 19 and Dr. Gero, health and ki amount absorbed on successful throw has been adjusted. Now, I don't really know what they mean by adjusted. They could have just said decreased. Unless this is like a situation where they give them more ki and give them less health, or something like that. Or less ki and more health. Something like that. Dragon Dash, Quick Ascent, and Descent now consume ki. Okay, I didn't know it didn't consume ki before. That's kind of crazy. Yeah, those are healthy changes for it. I still think people are gonna use them a lot because they can still absorb health and they can still absorb ki. But hey, good changes. I think we'll just see overall less cheese in this patch. Yeah, but that's pretty much all the important things I wanted to talk about in the patch. I know I probably missed some stuff, but like this new high-speed Dragon Dash, I don't know. I don't play on standard controls, so I play on classics. So I don't really know what holding, charge and dash. Charge and dash? I don't know. But let me know what you think of these patch notes. Can't wait to get in there. I will probably see you all in ranked on PC, destroying you all. Can't wait to see how we're all adjusting to the game. Glad to see some changes. Wait, well, let me not forget my custom battle people. Custom battles text can now be sorted alphabetically. That was one thing I heard a lot of people who wanted to make maps say that was a big problem. They can't get to anything they wanted. So now, hopefully, most of us know the alphabet by now, and you be able to search for what you want. You can now set the battle camera distance to be closer, giving us a OG Tenkaichi feel. Interesting. Make sure you hit like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Love you all. Thank you for the support. Facts out. Ciao.